Hello, my wellbeing buddies. Welcome back. It's Steve, the mental health nurse, and we're going to cover reframing thoughts. Now, this is a really important skill. What happens to people from time to time, we see a situation, we become overwhelmed with it, it triggers that emotional intensity, we flare up, and we're like, how do I deal with that? Well, let me tell you, we can reframe some of those thoughts. So what we're going to cover is how we identify that negative cognition, how we challenge some of those thoughts. We can look at alternatives about different interpretations or perspectives of that thought. And then finally, we'll look at how we reframe that. So reframing thoughts is a process looking at a situation, and it's about experiencing it from very different points of view. And what that means is we need to shift the way that we think sometimes, because if we get fixed thinking, that can become quite emotionally draining. It means we become overwhelmed. It means we can become stuck in one place. So what we need to do is we need to think about it. So reframing is a really powerful tool, and it can improve our mood. It can improve our stress levels. It can promote better management of anxiety and panic, and really overall improve our well-being. So many reasons to use this technique. So let's just start off with here. So we're going to look at identify the negative cognition. So in our head, we have that inner voice, our inner saboteur, and it's telling us, you're this, you're that, or this is what people think about you, or what you feel about yourself is absolutely wrong. So that negative cognition is the one causing you distress. So if you have a thought and it's causing you distress, hold that thought. So for example, as in other videos, my grey beard just makes me look old. And because I look old, I feel old. And because I feel old, what's the point? So then I'm going to challenge that thought. And I'm going to ask myself, is it really true? What I'm thinking, is it really true? Because ultimately, it's only my belief system going around. And my belief system comes from my childhood up. So if I've experienced negative things or trauma, or if I have quite an extreme belief system, I'm going to take that out myself. I'm going to ask myself, look, Steve, is it true that just because you've got a grey beard, it means you're old? And the answer is no, that's not true. A friend of mine at school, he was going grey at 16. So actually, I'm making it up in my head, but I need to believe it myself. And then I had to say, what evidence is there to support that belief? So again, it's my thoughts, it's my ideology. Now, there may be a bit of evidence for and against each situation, but we're going to challenge it. Then I'm going to look for alternative perspectives or interpretations of this. So how might other people see my grey beard? Well, as somebody said to me, you look like Gandalf the Grey, Steve. And I thought, well, that's not a bad comparison if I want to be a wizard. I've never been a wizard before. I don't mind that comparison so much. So it shifts that thinking from a negative thing to a more positive thing. Oh, Steve, it makes you look a bit more mature. I don't know if that's a positive or negative at my age, but anyway, I'll go with that. It makes you look more sophisticated. Okay, great. So I've got all of this positive stuff now building up. So I've now, it's almost like a balance sheet. I've got my original cognition, I feel old, moving that over to a whole heap of positive cognitions. So reframing those thoughts, such as I feel old, to, all right, I look more distinguished, and now I've got knowledge and wisdom under my belt. And it ultimately drowns out that inner voice, that inner saboteur, replacing that negative cognition with a positive cognition. So why don't you give that a go? If you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that stuff. I don't know what you're meant to do. I'm new to YouTube, but do all of those things that you're meant to do for me and reframe those thoughts and have a much more happier and productive day. And remember, keep yourselves well. Take care for now. Bye.